I stood in my own driveway on a freezing January night, staring at an envelope that felt heavier than my entire medical school debt, and I finally admitted the truth out loud. I've been paying for my father's midlife fantasy while he handed my children used socks for Christmas. My voice cracked when I said it, because that wasn't even the worst part. My name is Nathan, 36, anesthesiologist. On paper, I'm the success story, the one who made it. Big house in the suburbs, 2 beautiful kids, a wife who still loves me even when I'm exhausted. But behind closed doors, I was the family ATM with a pulse. My dad, Victor, 63, retired, loud, and convinced the world owed him comfort. Mom, Claire, the eternal peacekeeper who'd rather burn herself alive than let anyone feel uncomfortable. Then there's my older sister, Brooke, 38, full-time content creator who sells overpriced creams and calls it entrepreneurship. Her husband, Ryan, consults, which really means losing money on crypto and posting motivational quotes. I was always the reliable one, the one who left home, clawed through med school, and never asked for handouts. Translation, the one they could bleed dry without guilt. The favoritism was never hidden. When I was 17 and begged for a cosign on a cheap used car to get to my volunteer shifts, Dad looked me in the eye and said, "Real men stand on their own feet." 2 years later, Brooke got a brand new SUV, down payment included, insurance covered. I carried that pattern into adulthood like a scar I kept picking at. Then came the phone call I should have ended in 10 seconds. Dad's voice, sweet as poison. "Son, just a small favor. The bank needs a co-signer for my new truck. Nothing for you to worry about. I'll handle every payment." I hesitated. I signed anyway, because saying no would have made me the villain at every family dinner for the next decade. For 18 straight months, $2,800 vanished from my account on the 5th of every month. I told myself it was temporary. I told my wife, Sophia, it was the last time. Then November hit. Dad called again. "We're doing Christmas big this year. 18 people. Your mom wants it perfect, but with inflation and everything, you make the real money. You can cover it, right?" I swallowed my pride, talked to Sophia, and agreed to one final bailout. We even wrote it on a sticky note. Last time, I should have known better. The bills rolled in, flights, catering, a ridiculous hockey game outing. Then the gift list for Mom. Brooke's kids, latest iPhones, a PS5, designer clothes. Ryan, a $600 drone. My kids, $20 gift cards, and a pair of Dad's old, worn hunting socks, still smelling like motor oil. I paid every cent, $14,300. I smiled through the entire Christmas afternoon while my children politely thanked their grandparents for recycled socks and my sister's family screamed with joy over brand new tech. I sat there with rage humming under my skin like a second heartbeat and said nothing. That night, I couldn't sleep. Every month, I've been quietly funding Dad's lifted diesel monster while he lectured me about responsibility. Every extra shift I took, every vacation we canceled, every smaller payment on my own loans. Also, he could play king in a truck he couldn't afford. Something inside me finally went quiet. Not angry, just done. January 2nd. I sat at my desk between surgeries, fingers hovering over the bank app. I canceled the autopay. No jitting, no explanation, just one click. The relief was instant and terrifying. 2 weeks later, the first overdue notice arrived, addressed to me. Then the call started. Dad screaming, voice shaking with betrayal. "What the hell did you do?" I stayed calm. "I've paid 18 months on a truck I don't own and never drive. You told me you had it handled. Turns out you never did." He exploded. "After everything we've done for you." That's when the real truth came out. The part that still makes my stomach drop. While I was draining my savings to keep his truck and fund his perfect Christmas, Dad had quietly taken out a second loan against the house, using my perfect credit that he'd been leveraging for years to help Brooke and Ryan expand their business. Thousands more, without telling me, without ever planning to pay it back. The man who once told me real men stand on their own 2 feet had been using my name, my future, and my children's security as his personal safety net the entire time. I stood there holding the phone, listening to him rage, and felt the strangest sense of peace. Because for the first time in my life, I finally stopped setting myself on fire to keep everyone else warm. Now the truck sits in his driveway, payments overdue, and the family group chat is on fire. Here's what I keep asking myself at 3 a.m. If you had spent years quietly carrying your family's weight while they celebrated your silence, would you have canceled that payment? Would you finally choose yourself? Drop your answer below. I read every single comment. And if you've ever been the reliable one who got bled dry, you're not alone. See you in the next one.